Welcome, welcome. All right, we are going live and we are here. Let me have a look. Lovely. Well, thank you all for joining us. We've got a few parents in the room. How exciting, guys. This is my first masterclass, parenting masterclass. And if this goes well, so fingers crossed, I will be here every fortnight, every Friday, talking on a topic that is what I call hot topic. Like today's is 1 in 14 kids today are struggling and suffering with anxiety, and parents play the most critical role. Not their psychologists, not counselors, but parents play the most critical role in a child's life to support them through anxiety. And that is why I am here today talking on 5 tips that you can use. I can keep talking on this topic because this is a big one, and so many parents today are really struggling through this and going through a lot of anxiety themselves to support their kids. And that's where parents' critical role comes in. So I am doing a few things. I'm just going to give you a heads up. I'm doing a few things here. I've got my phone going. I've got, I have got comments that I'm looking at coming through. Hello, Lisa. How are you? Lovely to have you join us. Thank you, guys. Thank you all for coming on. Welcome, welcome. Yes, and grandparents, true, Susan. Absolutely, grandparents are welcome too. So I am going to share my, okay, share screen. That's right. Where are we? Share. Oops, not this one. And then lovely. So here we are, guys. Welcome, Lisa. It's good to have you join us. If I can have everybody muted, that would be lovely so that the sounds don't come through. And please put in your comments, your questions. Tell me, how does anxiety affect you? How does it play a role? Do you have clients that you work with? Do you have your kids that struggle with? Is it you that struggles with anxiety? Share in the chat box. For all of you on our live Empowered Parents group, put it in the comment section. I'm watching for comments. I can see comments coming through already. Gonna put that volume down. Lovely. Thank you, guys. And I'm admitting parents into this is a big topic. So many kids out there of different age groups, and that's what we need to also be aware of, is the different age groups and how anxiety affects them. Is it separation anxiety? Is it anxiety with friendships? Is it emotional stuff that they can't handle and anxiety is coming up from there? So emotions play a big role, and empowered parenting has a lot to do with emotions, because emotions are tell us so much about ourselves. Emotions tell us what we value, tell us what's not in alignment, tell us what isn't serving us. So thank you all. I'm looking at the chat box too. Hello, hello. Oh, lovely, beautiful. I've got some moms listening in from work, which I am very happy to see that you are coming in from all places. Tell us where you are signing in from, which part of the world. We have Vivian coming in from the UK, and it's 3 a.m. there, guys. A big cheers to Vivian, supporting her family, wanting to know what she can do to give the best to her family, and waking up at 3 a.m. So honored. Thank you, Vivian. I really honor your time. Mona Lisa is in Melbourne. Hello, Mona Lisa. Lovely to have you join us. Beautiful. Anyone else? Where are you all from? Let us know, even on our Facebook live. Tell us where you're from. Well, yes, exactly. That's what we want to be doing, cheering each other up. So Donna Marie says, "Go you, Vivian." That's right. That's what we're here for, supporting each other. Parenting is challenging, guys. Who thinks parenting is challenging? Give me a thumbs up if you think parenting is freaking challenging. It brings up so much of our stuff. Lisa's from Gladstone in Queensland. Thank you all for joining us. Well done, parents. So this is me, Yolanda Alvarez, and I am I am the founder of Empowered Parenting. I'm a mom. I've got two girls, 21 and will be 21 next month, and 15. And they have brought me on this journey. Honestly, I would not be here if it wasn't for them. And like all of you will agree, our kids have created a new version of ourselves. Is that right? Is that true? Have your kids propelled you into a new version of you? You aren't. I didn't. Uh, I didn't want to have kids initially. Most of my growing up life, and now I am so passionate about it because I see that my kids chose me for this path. Yes, they are. Thank you. Thank you, Donna. Beautiful. So I've been on this journey since the last 4 to 5 years, and it's been growing, and I can see how important um, being an empowered parent is, and what it means, and why our kids are choosing new ways of being parented, and not and really pushing back against traditional parenting, that authoritarian style. And I have parents who are adamant, and they want to keep running, uh, keep doing things the way they were parented because they think they turned out uh, pretty good. Well, how's that going for you? Is your child pushing back? Then it's time to try out new ways of parenting, and that's what we're here. That's what we're doing today. So my story, a little bit about my story. We all have stories, and what brings us along the journey for where we are. This is a little bit about my story. Tell me if this resonates with you, and tell me if this is your story too. So I was an overworked, burnt out, and freaking low energy mom. I would go to bed tired, and I would wake up tired too. Is that even heard of? But that was my story. I would go to bed tired and I'd wake up tired because I was I was constantly thinking there was so much to do. It didn't end. I had this crazy need that I felt I needed to please everyone, and that's what my role was on this world, to please everybody. I was even offering to pick other friends' kids up who were struggling. I was happy to be the go-to person. But guess what? At the end of the day, I was exhausted, I was tired, and uh, I felt really empty and alone, despite being surrounded by so many people around me. My dominant feelings were frustration, annoyed when things didn't work out my way, and really disappointed in my kids, disappointed in my husband, disappointed in the fact that the friends I was helping weren't doing the same to me, only to realize that, oh my gosh, I was disappointed in myself. But that took a long time for me to question where all of this came. The frustration was in me, and the annoyance was really in me. And until I addressed that, I couldn't go any further. Anybody resonate with that, guys? Thank you, Donna. I'm looking at what you've been saying in the chat box. That's yes, exactly. Absolutely. Well done. Thank you. Thank you for sharing. Where is everybody else at? Lovely. Just looking at the chat boxes everywhere. Thank you, Susan. You're signing in from Brisbane. So happy. And Susan's a grandparent. I know Susan. She is an amazing grandparent and an amazing mom out there doing her best to serve her family. And too much suppressed anger was my story too. Do you know about anger, guys? I used to fear anger. I used to shut it off. Today, I am excited when this emotion comes up. Why? Because I know what to do with it. I know how to ride through it, and I know how it supports me to support my kids. When my kids are expressing anger, they are safe to express anger. If we can create a home where they are safe, where they feel safe to express their anger, two thumbs up for you. You have done it. Your kids feel safe to express their emotions. That is it. But guess what? We cannot give our kids what we do not have, which is what I did not know. I had no idea how to control my emotions, and emotions are key. That's what empowered parenting is. And if you are seeing that outer chaos, the chaos going on in your world around you, your kids not complying, well, guess what? That outer chaos is a reflection of your inner chaos. And yes, I did not know about it. We are going to dive straight in. Yes, Susan, grandparents rock. That's right, Donna Marie. Thank you. So tell me about parenting an anxious child. Where are you at? Is it frustrating you? Are you worried about it? Is there disappointment? Is there self-judgment? How do you feel about where is your self-judgment on the fact that you're not doing a good enough job, that you're not able to meet their needs? Tell me about it. What is the biggest one for you? Is it frustration? Is it worry? Is it disappointment in your kids, in yourself? Is there judgment going on, guys? Is there judgment from other people that you feel because your kids are struggling or because your kids aren't compliant? Let me know. I want to know where you are at in your own anxiety about your anxious child. Looking at the chat box, thank you guys. Just having a look of what's coming through. Well done. Donna Marie says, coming from a childhood grounded in what was, yes, domestic violence. Wow. You shut off anger too. That's right. Me too, Donna. We all have a story which brings us along this journey, isn't it? And she says anger, hate, negativity were not okay. Absolutely. I could not express it express the anger that I felt. I had to shut it off, go into my room. It was not accepted. It was bad. If you felt anger, if you spoke up, you were labeled as bad. And who wanted to be the bad kid? I had a big need to be loved, to be accepted, to be heard, to be validated. So I did not want to be labeled bad. So let's be cautious about what is the home we are creating. Are your kids safe to feel anger? Is it okay? Are they safe to express their anxiety? So the first question I have to ask my parents is it really anxiety? Is it a projection from your part? Is your own anxiety making you see your child's behavior as anxious? Or is it really anxiety? Does it interfere with your child's day-to-day activities? Are they refusing to go to school because they're anxious about going to school? Are they not are they not participating in sport that you know they really like because they are anxious? Is it interfering? Is it genuinely anger? Beautiful. I'm seeing the comments come in. Thank you, guys. Thank you that you love our channel. Well done. So it anxiety differs according to age. There's anxiety due to this when our kids are younger, they are anxious from being from separation anxiety. They struggle with going to school. As they get older, it's friendships that challenge them. So there's a range of anxieties that kids can experience at different age, and there's different ways to approach each of them. And this really hurt me to to realize, or that research is saying that 1 in 14 kids suffers from anxiety, which really is really sad. And a lot of kids are going through medication for anxiety, and that also hurts me because medication needs to be consistent, and it needs to be taken over long periods of time. And I say let's try other ways out before we put our kids on medication. If we have to, while we are going through the processing other methods, yes, let's do that. But I'm very hesitant on putting kids on medication unless it's absolutely necessary. Often I find parents putting their kids on medication because it's easier for them to cope with their kids. So let's take that step back and really ask, is it really anxiety? Is this the best way that we need to go about it? So quickly diving into, I'm looking at the time too, we've got another 17 minutes to go. The 5 tips to support your child with anxiety is validate. Tip number 1, validate their feeling. Do not say to them, it's okay, honey, all good, I've been there, everything's okay. that does not support them. You need to validate their feeling. You need to ask them, how are they, how relate to what they are experiencing. Use language as in that must be hard to go through. If it is friendships that they are struggling with, if they're not able to cope with schoolwork, listen to them, validate them, speak to the teachers around them. Cope ahead if they are anxious with change. A lot of anxious kids can struggle with change, with new routines. Cope ahead, anticipate your child's behavior. Don't leave things for the last minute. Plan your day in such a way that you are allowing for the time to accommodate for your child's behavior. Emphasize your confidence in them. Tell them about times when you have seen them overcome uh, challenges. If they're struggling with friendships, tell them about past friendships that they have worked with, and the outcome was beautiful. So emphasize your confidence in them. Give them stories around, see, why you believe in them and why you believe they can be a success too. How are you feeling about your, as a parent, how do you feel about your child's anxiety? The way you feel about their anxiety, remember, we are energetic beings before human beings. I always say this, your child is picking up your energy. If you are anxious about their anxiety, they are picking it up, and that is not helping them. Beautiful. I've got Donna Marie asking, can we leave that for the end, Donna, please? I would love that so I could complete this segment. Beautiful. Thank you. I really appreciate that you would like to share. That's lovely. Beautiful. So support through acceptance and confidence. That's step number 2. And how do we do this? Is expressing confidence in your child's strength. Avoid asking questions. How many times? And I've caught myself do that too. I'm raising an anxious child as well. My 15-year-old can be highly anxious, and I need to watch myself when I keep asking her questions. Are you sure? Do you have that? Are you okay? Do you have everything you need? All we are doing is we are adding to their anxiety. We are validating that how you feel. Uh, we're giving them the attention that we don't really intend to. It's not doing the right thing for them. So that's right. Kate is saying that she's guilty for asking questions too. Don't we all do that in the best, with the best intentions? And that's why it's important to avoid asking them questions. Are you okay? Do you have everything you need? How are you feeling now? What are your friends saying? What did your friends say to you at school today? Be careful about those questions that you ask, and reiterate and put in their positive examples and success stories. Give them the boost that they need, that they can do this, they can handle it. Beautiful. Thank you guys for your comments and your posts coming through. Love it. Thank you guys. Tip number 3, very, very important. The power of our brain. Break the brain's pattern. Our brain, when it sees things that goes into fear and goes into anxiety, is going into fight or flight. Let's look at it and let's acknowledge it for what it is. Don't they say 99% of our fears never eventuate? So let's introduce this to our kids. Let's share that with our kids. Let's look at what's scaring them. If they're not able to sleep through the night, let's talk about what that was about. Let's ease it off, the fight or flight response that our body is naturally doing. Let's question that with them. Breath is so powerful. Teach your kids to stop and breathe. Breathe with them. It breaks the brain's pattern of fight or flight. Breathing, when you breathe with your child, when you teach them to breathe and do it with them, share it with your own ways of how you handle your own anxiety. Share with them how you breathe to break that pattern, because breath is so powerful. I cannot emphasize enough. And I take a lot of this work has a lot to do with breathing and using the breath to tune into our emotions. So breath is very important, and it's long breaths. So it breaks the pattern. It'll feel uneasy at the start. You might start to feel um, giddy, lightheaded. That's because we're so used to short breaths that the body has gone into stress response. That breaking your pattern and taking long breaths, doing this along with your kids, do it at times when you're at the signal, you're sitting at the signal, you're waiting for the signal to turn green. Use opportunities like this to teach our kids to stop and breathe. There's plenty of opportunities, guys. It could be after dinner, or while you're waiting for dinner to cook, as you're sitting on the table. Let's stop and breathe, guys. Let's just observe. Let's tune into our body. What a powerful way to train our brain that it's okay to stop and be completely present. Breaking the brain's pattern also involves asking the question, identify the thought, and ask questions about it. Check in with that fear, because it most likely is a fearful thought that's taking you in fight or flight. But if we ask questions about it, we can find out that it's not even valid. Affirmations, I absolutely love affirmations. And how I do affirmations is, if I've got a thought, or if my child's come in with a thought that I will have no friends, for example, if she doesn't want to go to school, and she's saying that I don't want to go to school because nobody talks to me, nobody is my friend, I will have no friends. So we take the thought, we twist it around, and we ask, is the opposite true? Are you? I am. So the affirmation might be, I am a friendly person. It is who I am. I am a kind person. I have always been a kind person. Ever since I can remember, I have always been a kind person. So using affirmations that allow us to reprogram the brain and break the brain patterns. Guys, I can talk about this for hours and hours. I am really timing myself here. So if you want any more, there'll be opportunities of how you can connect. And I'm loving the comments that are coming in. I love it, guys. Thank you, thank you. Donna Marie is just sharing with us that I do deep breathing as part of my morning practice to set up my brain and body for the day. You go, girl. That's it. Routines are so key to building practices. Beautiful. Um, Tip number 4. I always thought my kids were so too young to understand what it meant to tune into the body. Boy, was I wrong. Our kids are so in tune. In fact, they can do it so much easily than we can, because they don't have so much of the garbage that we've taken on as we've grown into adults. Our fears, our doubts are just mountain heaps of, we make mountains out of molehills. Is that right? How I said that? So our kids haven't been doing that. Our kids can tune into the body. We think that it's very deep work, but it really is so basic and so natural. Well done. Just looking at the comments coming through. Well done, guys. Kids do it naturally. That's right. We and society trains them out of it. Well done. Absolutely. So ask them questions. All right, you're feeling anxious. Tell me, what does it feel like? Let them put words, let them tune into the body to describe it to you. Ask them, where in your body do you feel it? Because what's happening when we do that, we are no longer reacting from this emotion. We are tuning into it, and we can respond to it. So where in your body do you feel it? What is the thought that is sitting behind that? What is the thought? Let's take that thought captive, and let's look at it and share your own personal experience, guys. I cannot emphasize how much our kids want to know what's going on for us. They look up to us. We are their biggest role model. So let's share our own experiences around processing our emotions. And I'll tell you all about processing emotions very shortly and what that means too. Tip number 5, the most important tip, and that is parents' behavior. We as parents are role modeling to our kids how to handle emotions, whether they are manageable, whether we have control over them, or whether we don't. And as we raise raise kids in this way, our kids learn to have confidence or they lose confidence. So let's raise our kids to believe in themselves. Let's raise our kids to know that if my parents can do it, if mom can do this and she goes through all of this bigger stuff than I do, then surely I can too. So model healthy behavior. Open up your emotions part of your life and share it with your kids. No longer, I had no clue what my parents went through in handling their emotions. As far as I knew, they just shut it all off. And maybe I was wrong, but I don't know that because I didn't have that model to me. I had to learn all of this at a later age after my marriage had failed, after my kids were going all over the place and I was all over the place. I had to learn this the hard way. And I hell as making sure my kids aren't learning this the hard way, that they have got this and they go into life and into their adulthood confident in themselves, trusting themselves, in control of their emotions. And as we are more in tune with our emotions, guess what? We are living life in the driver's seat of our life because we are in charge of all of who we are. Remain calm. How many specialists will tell parents, remain calm, remain calm? But do you know what that means? Do they tell you what it means to remain calm? And it's not just a choice. And then I get parents coming to me beating themselves up because they cannot remain calm. Of course, you cannot remain calm. And if you're being told to remain calm and you have no idea how you can sustain that being calm, then you're just going to beat yourself up more for not remaining calm. And that's just growing into that vicious circle, isn't it? We cannot give what we don't have. So if we want our child to be emotionally in control, we want our child to be able to respond and not react from their emotions. If we want our child to feel confident that when emotions come up, they've got this and they know what to do, we need to do this first. That's why the parent's role is critical, and we cannot give our child what we don't have. And so guess what, we need to do this for ourselves first. That was my 5 tips, guys. Why empowered parenting? Because kids are not complying today with traditional parenting. They are pushing back. Tell me, how is traditional parenting, authoritarian parenting going for you? Tell me in the chat box if that's what your choice is. Tell me in the comments. Olivia, hello, Olivia. Where are you watching from? It's lovely to have you join us. Thank you, Olivia. Kids are not complying with traditional parenting, and that's why empowered parenting is here. Empowered parenting allows parents as well as kids. I come across so many parents who don't even feel safe to voice their opinion to their teenage kids. They are not even feeling heard. Can you imagine that? Parents aren't feeling heard, let alone the child feeling heard and validated. Empowered parenting does that because it puts you on the same playing field with your child. It increases the trust and confidence in the parent, which then gives your child the gift of having having a parent who has trust and confidence in themselves. What would I give to have a parent that was confident in the way they parented me and they trusted themselves no matter what happened? They got this. Yes, life will throw all of its challenges on them, but they have got this, that trust in themselves, to give your child the gift of a parent that freaking trusts themselves no matter what happens. The safety that you have created in your home is just priceless. And that is what empowered parenting does. It gets you back in the driver's seat to control your life, and also as a consequence puts your child in the driver's seat of their life too, because you're no longer parenting from fear. You're no longer parenting from your own doubts. You are parenting from trust and confidence that as much as you got this, no matter what shows up for you, you have trust in your child that no matter what they're going through, what challenges, what choices they make, you've got them and you trust them that they've got them. It just shifts the energy in your home, guys. I cannot emphasize how important this is. Well done. It builds emotional resilience, because that's what it is all about. Empowered parenting is about tuning into our emotions, building emotional resilience, and it creates that win-win for both parents as well as the kids. We wouldn't go into a business negotiation or to sign up to a coach if we didn't feel that we were winning as well as they were winning. It has to be. Then why aren't we doing it in our parenting? Why are kids not feeling like they are winning in this relationship with us as much as they are? So both parties are winning. Let's create an empowered parenting creates that win-win scenario. Beautiful. Wonderful. So if you want to know more about emotional resilience for parents and how you can build your own emotional resilience, I am offering 3 free tickets to my emotional resilience uh, workshop. It's just a 90-minute workshop. Yes, I'm challenging myself to bring everything in short time spans, because parents are busy, and we need to value their how busy they are. So I'm going to put it in the comments section as well. There's 3 free tickets. So jump in there, register for our workshop. It's happening on the 24th, which is a Saturday, and it only goes for 90 minutes. So jump on. I will be sharing with you models that we can use, the importance of our thoughts, the models that we use, my TAR model. I will be sharing with you how parents are using this, and the benefits they receive from this. I'll be sharing with you my 4 C's of empowered parenting. That is how to commit, how to stay committed, what you need to do to stay committed, the courage that is required to step in and courageously support your child, how to be consistent, because we all want to be consistent, but we struggle with consistency. So consistency is another big C of empowered parenting. And confidence, the gift of confidence you give to yourself and the gift of confidence you give to your kids is simply priceless. So 3 free tickets to emotional resilience for parents, raising emotionally resilient kids. So there's the link, guys. I look forward to seeing you there. I'm looking at the time. Yep, we did it. I just wanted to put this thing in as well. This is what I go through with my daughter. She has got eczema and asthma, and she's on the road for because she's got that high level of eczema as well. It has caused her to be very anxious. We have overcome it through the emotions processing and all of this. But I really want to share with you that as our kids go through their most challenging time, really see this as an opportunity to build greater connection and love with them. Such an important opportunity. We often feel afraid and we think, and we go into our own anxiety, but really it is an opportunity to connect more with them. And with that, that's it for me. It's we have reached our. I'm going to stop sharing, and I'm going to allow for Donna Marie wanted to share something. So thank you to all of you who came to our workshop. I look forward to seeing you. Thank you for coming to our masterclass. It was our first masterclass. I do feel I'm going to do it again. I did enjoy doing this. I loved all of your comments. Thank you so much. I am going to allow Donna Marie for a few moments to share what she had to say. Go for it, Donna.
Okay, it's actually very brief, and it was specific to what you were talking about at the time. And it is about connecting with our children and honoring them and listening to them. Often what I see parents do, and not just to their children, to other people as well, is, someone will say, oh, gee, I'm cold. And the response will be, it's not cold. What's wrong with you? Why are you cold? And so it's instantly negating.
Absolutely. So as we become conscious and we make new choices, we can choose to respond differently. So thank you for sharing that. Gold. And I've loved your comments right through. Thank you, Julianne. Thank you, Lisa. Thank you, Teresa. I do hope that all of you found value. I'd love to hear some feedback, guys. Tell me, what did you think? I know I did rush through. Do share. Did you learn something? What was your biggest tip that you learned today? Go for it, guys. Vivian says, it's been informative. I'm so glad to hear that, Vivian, because you are up at 3 a.m. so you can go back to bed. Well done for joining us. Well, thank you to all of you for joining me today. In the next fortnight, we will have our next masterclass. However, I look forward to seeing you at our workshop that's happening on Saturday, 24th. Do grab your free ticket. Click on the link or just respond yes to free ticket, yes to emotional resilience, and I will see you then. Have a good day, everybody. Thank you for joining us. Bye.
Thank you. Thank you.